Welcome to the first episode of a new Anno 1404 Venice series. Today we're gonna start with a campaign, one of the classic campaigns which is also available in the Anno 1404 base game or in North America Dawn of Discovery. We're gonna start with this scenario, Elector.
Become Elector. Take care of your people in a small world free of distraction.
And what do we need to get for the winning condition? We need to get 150,000 golden coins, 5,000 inhabitants worldwide, which means both in the northern part and the southern part, and 2,000 noblemen. Let's go. As you can see, I'm also using the unofficial patch. This hasn't the biggest impact in this scenario, but it's more focused on grammatical and other quest issues in which Blue Byte, the development studio which created Anno, hasn't really patched out of or fixed. So it's not really game changing, but more a little bit better version of Anno. And let's go. So what do we have here? We're starting with
The
a
Emperor has promised you this island. Show him.
pretty big island. We can completely.
So,
Almost.
you would like to be
Yes,
an
I
Elector?
want to. We can probably fit most of our production buildings on this island. It's pretty big. It's really big. Just to feel that's also a kind of cheat that you can zoom out much further, so you can see the whole world. But it's not really handy in this way. So let's start getting some fish. Some food for the people we do not have yet, but oh well. 0. And also very important, some lumberjacks to get some wood. To be able to build some houses. 1, 2, 3. I most of the time place a couple lumberjacks just close to the main warehouse, because it has, I think, 1 or 2 market carts which get the fish and the wood, and probably later I will place another one with multiple lumberjacks somewhere a bit further away. Let's start with our first city center. Where do we want it? Yeah, we can do it here. Just not too close to water, because we can use this for fish, but not too far away. I most of the time use the same layout, in which on one side of the marketplace, because it isn't symmetrical, of it one is bigger than the other, one side is bigger than the other. You can place 2 houses here, but you can't place two houses in this place. So most of the time I destroy those houses and use this space for other buildings such as churches and taverns and that kind of stuff. And the houses mostly in groups of 6, because it looks better if you have higher tier houses such as noblemen. The houses will connect to each other. You get nice streets and stuff. These houses isn't really that nice looking, but it doesn't matter. I'm not too close to the lumberjacks, because otherwise their efficiency, as you can see, isn't that high. Gets slower because you build stuff in there, but this one isn't high already. So if we can place some extra trees, see, 100%. But we can't really place that much trees, because trees cost money and we are still in the negative. to speed it up, let's get the tools, the speed up function and the slow down function to get some wood in stock so we can build a couple more houses. I screw this up. Not very smart. I did it. Again. Couple. Yes.
Your building opportunities have been expanded.
Okay. We have cider.
I'm impressed by the speed at which you've created a thriving town.
Cider and a church. But we can't build either of them because we don't have enough wood. But let's first of all buy some tools because we don't have a ship yet. So we can't buy any tools. That isn't really nice. Why aren't we getting more? Let's use that. Let's build first a little bit more lumberjacks because we really need more wood. One here. Let's do 4. Can we do a 5th one? No. Let's do 4. So we have now 7 lumberjacks, and we can delete these when we have a little bit bigger town, but we really need to grow in this early stage of the game. Let's make it a little bit quicker.
Bye, people.
Good.
Come and buy.
Your people are longing for company.
Yes. Let's get that road going. And 11 wood. Let's use that. So if you have any tips or anything that I need to do differently, just say it. Also, if the game volume is too low or too high, if my speech is too low or too high, just say it. Then I can change it for the next episode, because I'm recording this on the Friday evenings. Oh no, Saturday evening. And I'm probably gonna wait a day to start recording the next episode, just for
Let me give you a
test, to look if everything is alright and stuff, and people even are interested. Because, as you might know or might not know, is that I used this channel in the past for other stuff, such as meme compilation. Yeah, that isn't really popular anymore, and YouTube really doesn't like it. I had multiple content strikes for inappropriate content, and a lot of them got flagged by others for the revenue, because most of the time it used music that wasn't licensed, of course. A lot of popular stuff, yeah. So that isn't really helpful. Maybe those videos got like a couple 100,000 views, but it wasn't really useful. So I thought, let's start doing some things that I enjoy, such as Anno 1404. I really like this game, especially later if you use the world editor, you can create your own sets of islands and stuff, which is really nice. You can really build interesting islands and interesting worlds, which you can really build big one towns, but big worlds in. That's really nice. But let's start slow. That is maybe something for a different time. Let's start slow by expanding this town a little bit and keeping the same layout in 2x3, because squares are always nice, but then the middle one, if you would 3x3, then the middle one wouldn't have road access, which would mean that people would be unhappy, and that isn't good. And as you may see, I sometimes delete stuff if they aren't placed correctly, and in this early scenario it doesn't really matter, because as you can see, I get the 2 wood that cost back because it's an early scenario. It's really player friendly, so you don't have to worry about Why isn't this getting picked up? Oh, because we have enough. But yeah, let's get some more wood going. Yes, let's do another 4. But as you may have seen on the winning conditions of, I think it was 2000 noblemen, yes, and 5000 inhabited and 150,000 gold, that isn't a lot at all. So probably this first episode will probably be 15 minutes until the first save game stage, just to see if it works correctly, if everything works like it should be, and if it doesn't work correctly I can redo it again, because 15 minutes of playtime isn't a lot. And then the next episode, which I record tomorrow, after maybe some of you have given me some feedback, then I can play it a little bit longer, probably 2 save game stages, so 30 minutes, because I think between 20 and 30 minutes would be the sweet spot for most video game of what I like personally, because if it's longer than 30 minutes it's just my interest kind of goes away, and it's easier to first watch one episode of 20 minutes and then a couple hours later watch another episode and keep watching that same episode. And of course you can stop in between, but then you forget and stuff. So, and for other people that play Anno, maybe a tip: if you want to do something like this and you wanted to go the other way, you can press the arrow keys. It isn't the arrow keys, but next to the M and above the space bar, you have those two point and comma and use arrow things, and so you can change the way it goes, which is really handy. Really handy. Unfortunately, this game hasn't the options of Anno 2017, in which you can drag to place multiple houses at once, but hey, they need to improve something in the sequels. I'm really excited for Anno 1800. Really. So if it comes out this year, I probably also put some stuff up from that on this channel. But there's probably a big chance that it's gonna get delayed.
There is a lack of company in your settlement.
Okay. That isn't good. This one, yes, that one is connected. And also a little tip: you can place a marketplace to build the roads, and then delete it, and then it stays functional, that road. If you have buildings outside a radius which is now deleted, then they get destroyed slowly.
I'd be happy to help you.
Thank you. Then they get destroyed slowly, but roads don't work that way. You can place them and they stay completely functional. Let's place another couple of houses, and then maybe some cider. So I'll disallow of deny those ascension rights, so I don't get peasant houses who upgrade to damn, what's the next called? The citizen houses. But I will build my first church, so people get happy in the church. Only how get I drinks? Oh, I probably got it already in the beginning. Let's build some cider farms. Let's I can zoom out a bit for that. I'm probably going to extend the town this way. This should be more than enough space for 5,000 people and 2,000 noblemen, and then most production can be in this area, because I can build cider, hemp and grain here, so I can build cider farms, hemp production, and also bread, not beer, but I can also later add beer or herbs to get as ingredient for beer, which is really nice. Those probably one of the most produced things you need together with fish, but fish you can always get because almost every island has enough beaches, so you can build enough fishermen's to get enough fish. So as you can see, I use this kind of ugly-ish layout, but it means that I can have precisely 4 cider farms and 1 marketplace in a precise square, which you can multiply in every direction. So it's really nice and neat and efficient, and it's also kind of the way I play Anno in particular, kind of efficient, most very efficient as possible, if it's possible, which isn't always of course, but doesn't really matter. It's always fun. So let's get our first patrician houses.
Some citizens have moved
citizens,
into your city.
And yes, so we
It
can.
appears that you
yes,
take
thank you.
good care.
And now we can build hemp and get some jackets and
Game
stuff,
saved.
and get some stone. But as like I said,
You must explore the
yes,
nearby islands.
Thank you. Oh, do I get a ship? Nice.
I'm afraid I must
Thank
ask.
you,
I
yes.
accept this trade.
Let's get you back in the harbor and kind of close it off for this episode and see if you like it, and if you have any suggestions just leave it in the link below, in the comments below, not the link below. But if you have questions and stuff, just ask. I will probably quite quickly reply. And let's get a nice screenshot.
A
for the
new
thumbnail.
island has been sighted.
This is probably pretty nice. Well, thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next time. And probably, if you watch it today when this is uploaded, probably tomorrow. So, thank you.